This is an 8-year-old POA. The lady that sold her said that her daughter had been taking English lessons on her. She does know all the playday events, and she rides English and Western. Her daughter had taken about 6 months worth of English lessons, and her daughter has advanced to where she wants to basically do jumping. But this little mare does ride English. When they bought her, she was riding Western. She called her a POA. She's about 14.2 hands tall. She is youth suitable. She is super, super, super docile and easy to be around. She's got a cute, cute little way of going. Just a nice little cute, easy trot. She does neck rein. Look at that lope. She has a really good little stop. You can tell she's been ridden English. She has a nice little melt down stop. Brandon, will you just trot her across these poles right here? They did say that the little pony does jump. Well, she's not little, she's 14 too. But they did say that she has started over fences, that she does jump a little bit. But they did say that she runs the barrels and the poles. Yeah, that's not her first rodeo over some poles, is it? Did you guys see how fantastic she was right there? So again, and this is also downhill. It's not even a straight line. It's straight cocked in a downhill slope, and she just handled it like a champion. So again, if you're looking for a pony for your lesson program, this is definitely a big deal right here. They said that they bought her for $8,500, and basically they needed to sell her and upgrade. Their main concern was not the money, but the facility that their daughter takes lessons at didn't have enough room to bring another horse in. They bought the daughter a horse for Christmas, and they needed this one out of the barn immediately to bring the jumper that they bought her. Now, this pony is supposed to know the barrels and the poles pretty good. They said that when they bought her, she was being ridden Western, and that she was doing the barrels and the poles. And for about 6 months, they have taken English lessons on her. She's been at an English facility. They said she's fully vaccinated, and up until coming here, of course, she was fully quarantined. You may want to re-quarantine her. She has great feet. They've been trimmed regularly. They look fantastic. I didn't check her teeth. Hold on. Hi, pretty girl. Did you check her teeth? I'm not checking for age. Oh, yeah. They've been done. I would say that her teeth are probably ready for a float, but at least when I stuck my finger in there, they weren't like sharp. They were, you can tell that her teeth are ready for a float, but they have been floated. So this is a pony that's been really well taken care of. Her feet are currently trimmed, and look, they're just a touch, maybe like they're ready to do, but as you can see, yeah, Dylan's coming to work with a couple of customer horses that people needed. Will you step her back? Just make her, just back up. Tell her back up. She's like, Brandon. It's all right. Oh. Just let her drop her head, and then now just work one rein. There you go. Back up, mama. Back up. Back up. Also, she's only 8 years old, you guys. She's like, I see some horses that have been in English barns. Not that any of you trainers do this, but your students do. They try to get these horses to break at the pole, so those kids work the bit, like they call it squeezing lemons, and they get those horses flexing, and they lose the want to back up because they think you're just asking to break at the pole. It doesn't take very long to get them backing up again, but I see that in some kid horses. They're like, oh, and you're like, no, move your feet too. You can see what I'm talking about. Like once he got into her mouth, see her just really be patient, broke at the pole. I see that a little bit in some kid horses, and that's just a kid horse thing. Fantastic little mare, super sound, very, very, very sound. She did break the back of this foot off at the sell barn on the concrete. We just put a little bit of Jim Rickens on it. It's fine. It's just obviously, you know, there was a little bit of foot that just chipped up and broke. So, but very patient mare, very, very patient mare. Brandon, will you pick her feet up and make sure? I mean, they said she was absolutely youth suitable. like, you're not doctoring my foot again. Yes, we are. I just want you guys to see that you guys, for a kid, you can pick her feet all the way up, all the way around. This is not a kicker. They said they paid $8,500 for her as a lesson pony for their daughter to take lessons. So this is not a cheap animal that somebody just bought off Craigslist. This was a horse that was in a lesson program for Western. Whoop, that's okay. Go ahead, pick it up, make her do it so they can see. It was just, she just stretched it. But she is a good girl. But my main thing is she is definitely not trying to kick at all. Look at her looking at, she's like, what are you doing, Dylan? I like that. I liked that. Hello, Dylan. Did you see her? She was like, hello. Super, super cute. So she is quiet. I would say that for 6 months, she's been ridden by one kid, so she could use a little tune-up, but she's not anything I would be afraid to put into a lesson program. She is 14.2. Let's get the stick and make sure. Some people bought her, and the place they board in Houston didn't have any more room, so they freaking sell their kids' lesson pony because they bought a big horse, you know, like a jumper, and like, this thing is fantastic, and I'm like, God, it's just hard to believe, because like, I'll never have that kind of money, like buy $8,500 lesson pony, and then like, we need to make room for the new warm blood, so it goes to the sell barn. But I will always make a living off of those kind of people. I just won't ever be one of them. She is 14, just over 14, one right there below the saddle pad on the wither. So she's just, I mean, I don't know that she's not 14.1. I bet if we jerk the saddle, she's a little shorter. So I'm going to call her 14.1, maybe 14.2. She's a good sized pony. Again, super sound. Her feet have been well taken care of. She did chip, whoa mama, this part of this foot off at the sell barn on the concrete, but it is not causing any issues. It just needs to grow out. And again, her teeth do feel like they've been floated. She rides English and Western. For the last 6 months, she's been in a lesson program, and she's a super nice 8-year-old mare pony.